Okay, happy Easter, everyone. I want to say good morning, good afternoon, good evening. All depends the part of the world you are joining us from. I still remember as the Chika Austin, and as my manners are always, every Sunday, I do come here to, especially from 2 a.m., 2 p.m. every Sunday. Sorry, I do come here to, have a program and also open a line for various contributions. That is what I usually do every Sunday on this very platform. I want to say happy Easter to those of us who are of Christian faith, and I'm wishing us the best of the season. I want to also appreciate every single one of us who have been keeping faith in what we are collectively pursuing, which has to do with the fight for self-determination. I will urge us to share this program. While you're sharing this program, you're going to get some funny notifications from Facebook. Never mind, just share. It's one of those things we face, especially when people from certain quarters believe we are not, we are not giving the narrative enough to how they want us to, put up the narrative. So do share, very important. Very important you share so that Henry, you will see it shortly. You will see it shortly. Give me some time. And just give me some time. So that is what it is. Sorry. I just have to. Okay, that is what it is. As a matter of fact, I don't belong to the school of thought that, discuss self. I don't fancy that. It has not been my pattern to talk about myself. Open camera and start talking about myself. I don't really buy that idea. But in most cases, one should come clean as much as you can, especially when certain accusations are put to you. You have to. The essence of that is because the world is a global place. So when you do not clear certain things, definitely you have all throughout, your lifetime, to get people discuss you from that perspective. So I don't usually do what I want to do. I have never, for the past over 10 years I've been in this struggle, I have never on camera to talk about myself. It is not my thing. I don't toe that line. I don't toe that line in any way, in any form. I don't toe that line. Because I have this philosophy that people should evaluate one, not me giving myself self-evaluation, especially positive self-evaluation. I don't buy into that idea. But I have waited for the past more than 21 days that Prince Darlington leveled an accusation on me, and he boastfully stated that if I don't respond in line with his demand within 21 days that he was going to, bring out evidences. According to him, he said shocking evidences. It's quite unfortunate he has blocked me in all his accounts. And this is where sometimes I wonder the kind of brain such people like him have. Because you don't accuse people and immediately you go and block them. It doesn't make sense to me. If you accuse someone, you have to oblige him. Possibly on your platform, let him come and defend himself or agree on what you said. That is decency of justice system. When you say somebody did something, don't just get him blocked in all your platform that I can only be briefed by third parties, by those who listen to those programs and say, oh, Chikosin, this is what this guy is saying about you. It doesn't make much sense to me. I have not blocked anybody. It's not in my business. I don't block people. No matter how harsh, how hostile your languages, your comments might be on me, I don't block you. Because if I block you, how would you be here and understand when I'm speaking sense? It doesn't make sense to me. So I just have to, we might disagree today, you might see reason to insult me, you might see reason to disagree with me today, but truth is just consistent. Tomorrow, you might start seeing reason to what I'm saying, or even seeing more reason to state that what I was saying ought to have been false. So if I block you, I can't give you that opportunity. So I wonder how somebody would put up an accusation and give me 21 days that if I don't respond according to his demand, that he's definitely going to bring a lot of evidence. He even boasted that he was going to, get the woman. He said, I took away her car. She gave me money to buy lands, and according to him, I squandered it. So I have waited for, it's more than 30 days now. I have waited, he said 21 days, I've been waiting, I'm patiently waiting because I want evidence. I wanted him to furnish the world, the public, the great Biafran people with evidence. Because if somebody decides to put up a probe on somebody, to me, I don't have issue with that because we are in the eyes of the public. If I'm living my life recklessly without putting into cognizance that I preach Biafra, that means I'm not even worthy to be associated with freedom question. If I'm reckless, if I'm dubious, if I'm fraudulent, and I'm calling for Biafra, in fact, that only, at the level I think people know me, in fact, that level, that act only is enough to demarcate, to distract and distance people from believing in the Biafra call. That's why we might not be perfect as humans, but we should try as much as possible to come clean as much as we can. Even our character, our lifestyles, our behaviors, both secret and open, can make or mar Biafra. Yes, it can discourage people. It can also attract people. So I always say, when people accuse, when people level accusation, I would want us to tag Oversight on this platform and everyone that associates with him. Just tag them. But possibly I want him to call in this program. I have a number on the screen. Let him call in this program. 21 days has elapsed because I have waited patiently within the 21 days. Let him bring the evidences up. He said he was going to call the woman on his program. But look, most of you never knew what happened. I'm going to give you a detailed explanation. The worst thing that can ever happen to somebody is for you to have a half information and you start running with that information. You know, I have observed these guys in most for over a decade. They get half information, they run with it. They can't even be patient to conclude investigation. You see them running. Oh, the next thing you hear, I have evidence, I have exposition. By the time they start making noise and they stop halfway. You see them stopping halfway because they don't even have information, the full information, just half baked. And you see them running with it, kitty kitty, and it doesn't make sense. It makes mockery of the noises they are making. So it's very, very important we understand. Now, after 21 days, more than 21 days, he also gave me that if I don't do his bidding, that he was going to get evidences. But most of you never knew what happened. After the 21 days, they end up insulting the woman. This is the woman they said they were going to get online. They went and started insulting her, abusing her, threatening her. And most of you do not know this woman. Or most of you must have heard about her on the platform of Oversight, dragging her. And even saying that either the woman established where she stands, either supporting Nnamdi, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, or support the DOS, threatening people. But this is a woman you said told you this and that. The essence of me, why I decided to talk about this on this my blog, ordinarily I wouldn't have, but why I want to talk about it is so that people should understand when people raise issues, there's nothing bad when somebody said to you, this person is a thief. But if you believe it at that level without asking, what did he thief? How did he thief it? That is where you even aiding and abetting the menace. So, they said they were going to get the woman on program, and today they have started insulting the woman. That the woman even, they said the woman stole ESM money and all this. But let me give you a breakdown, very, very important. From the day I joined this struggle, from the one I joined this struggle as a media personnel. I have never worked in any department of IPOB. You have to go and verify. I have worked as a TV presenter. I have worked as a writer in different writing platforms. I have never desired or sought to belong to any department of this struggle. Even when I was asked to, I always declined. The reason being that I do not desire to get myself entangled with those departments of this movement that will affect my business or my businesses, as the case may be, because I'm a business fellow. I run businesses. People who are close to me will tell you, including even some of them who have been privileged to be around me, come to where I live. If you doubt, go and ask Moses Abu. Please, he has been to my house. And he knows what I'm into. I'm a business fellow. And I'm proud of that. And that is why I have never been a coordinator. I have never near the finance of this struggle. I have never even held any leadership level. other than outside media. I have never. Even when I was asked to do so, I will always decline. The reason I decline is because my coming to this struggle is voluntarily. So I decide areas I want to help. Voluntarily, I decide area I want to help. Nobody imposes duty on me. Nobody imposes duty on me. My coming to the struggle is pure voluntary. So I spell out, I said, this is the area I want to contribute. I want to do the one I can do that is not going to affect my businesses. And I spelled it right. I could remember sometime from 2016 to 2017, when we were appearing on Biafran television. The then coordinator of that TV was Mazi Chibeze. Mazi Chibeze is alive and is accessible. If you go and ask Iguala Chibeze, or you go and ask Mwadangozi Chukwu, go and ask Mwadangozi Chukwu. She was a co-anchorer with me, as at the time I'm talking about. Mazi Mwada, go and find out from her. Within that time, other presenters, other workers in the TV, in the Biafran TV studio, were residents. I could not be resident there because I could not leave my business and live in the studio. Go and find out. I have mentioned people for you. Mazi Chibeze is accessible. He was in charge. He was the one in charge of, the coordination of the TV. Mwadangozi Chukwu, go and ask her. Why I could not be resident in the studio is because I had my businesses running. So I usually come weekend, most times Saturday, do my presentation on Saturday and Sunday, and leave for Monday work. That has been me from day one. And I've been doing that with all pride. So this woman you see them insulting today, accusing all manners of, calling all manners of name because they find it difficult to have her. They find it difficult to get her played into the blackmail. Most of you might not know the woman. Or Boma. This woman you see, this woman in question, was our international media supervisor. Take note of all these things. Why? Do you know why I take time to explain this? So that you understand when charlatans, when illiterates are putting narrative, they don't even know the connectivity. And it marvels. They don't even know connectivity. You see Darlington, Mboma gave Chika Austin money and Chika Austin bought land for her, blah, blah, blah. Without even knowing the woman in question. This woman called Robin Boma happens to be our international media supervisor. And I knew this woman when she was asked to supervise us in the media. The responsibility was given to her by Mazi Austin Ofoma, the international media coordinator, the head of media, I mean to say. Go and find out. In 2017, she took charge of supervising the TV. When we talk about this, some people do not even know the structure of IPOB, and that's why when they talk like morons. The woman was asked to supervise us at the level of media. So even when Darlington accuses the woman that the woman took money, somebody was telling me because I could not access the video, that the woman took money meant to ESN and gave Chika Austin. And I look, 2017 was ESN formed. ESN was not formed. As at 2017, I mean to say 2017, ESN was not found. ESN has not started existing. What that woman was our international media supervisor. And I was leading some media team at the national level, wherever they want to go. I am the one she will say, oh, Chico Austin, I coordinate. And most cases, I only provide logistics for this national media team to go to the assignment. Most cases, I don't go to those assignments because of my businesses. I don't leave things I'm doing and go. But I do coordination. 2017, the records are all there. 2017. So, the whole thing was going on. And this woman, you see them dragging today, lives in UK. She's not even a poor woman. The woman they say, they gave, I wonder what connects her with ESN. As at this time we are talking about, ESN has not even started existing. 2017. The woman is not even a poor woman. The husband lives in UK. She also lives in UK. She works in UK. The husband also works in UK. So, the children are also doing well. She's not the woman we are talking is not a young lady. And the kids are doing well. You know, there is this mentality some people, have. If you're poor, that does not mean everybody is poor. If you're jobless, that does not mean everybody is jobless. If you're online beggar, that does not mean everybody must be an online beggar. People have charisma. People have class. They have set up for themselves. One of those things I set up for myself in this struggle is to make sure I discharge my duty in all honesty, because I have pride to showcase. I'm not the type that run into gutter. That's why everything I do, I make sure I have a legal backup. Yes, I'm not a nonchalant person. Neither am I a ragtag person. So, the woman is not a poor woman. The husband is in UK. They work in UK. The children, they all have. In fact, I'm more of a family friend. The kids are doing excellently well, going to best schools. I can tell you that. So, in 2017, take note, when was ESN established? Because if you see them accusing people randomly, you ask yourself, is the accusation agreeing with date? That is the question. You should ask them. Or investigation you should make. Very, very important. Because they can easily talk nonsense. ESN was formed in December 12, 2020. On December 12th, 2020, that was when ESN was found. So how can you now say a woman that I knew in 2017 and 2018 that she gave me money, ESN money? And like I told you, this woman is not involved in security matters. She's purely discharging her media work. But, illiterates, foolish people, they easily talk without even adding up chronology. So, how would you say ESN was found in 20th December 2020? Sorry, on 12th December 2020, that was when ESN was officially launched or formed. And we are talking about a relationship of 2017, 2018. And the question you should ask yourself, was this woman a member of the security? The answer is absolutely no. Was she close to ESN activity? The answer, was I close? I have never. I always say it. Go and check my track record in this struggle. I have never participated, not even in coordinatorship. Even when I'm asked to do, I will decline. Because I don't want to get myself entangled. My role in IPOB is voluntary. So I decide where I want to loan my assistance, loan my help, and it is media. So I have that. It is verifiable. Go and verify. Go and verify. So in 2017, I was into pig farming. Very, very important to understand this. I would have furnished certain documents in public, but I have to respect the position of the woman in question because she has given a lot in this struggle, for this struggle. And she told me, please, don't exceed beyond this. If not, in my phone, you have a Google, what is it called? Google Photos. Google Photos saves all the pictures. Anything you capture is naturally saved in Google Photos. So you can unearth them anytime you want. So in 2017, listen very carefully. I went into pig farming. How did I raise the money? It's also verifiable. I sourced my capital from Federal Polytechnic Nekede Microfinance Bank. When I'm talking, I will call institutions. Anybody can walk into Federal Polytechnic and say, please, can you check Chika Okoro Augustine? That is my official name. Okoro Augustine. Check when he sourced loan from you people. Go and find out. In Federal Polytechnic Nekede Microfinance Bank, I sourced loan. And I also service that loan. The essence I'm saying this is not just to talk more about myself, but I believe that we that are fighting for this struggle should have a certain level of track record of integrity. Ordinarily, I wouldn't have bothered myself responding to this. Very, very important. So, in 2017, I sought loan from Federal Polytechnic Nekede. Loan, not a grant. And loans are meant for business. They are not for spending on personal needs. They profiled me, looked at my business, my financial record, and they gave me the facility. This is a public space, so it can go beyond. You can copy out what I said and go to Federal Polytechnic Nekede and ask them. My record is there. I serviced the loan. I did not fail in also servicing that loan. Federal Polytechnic Nekede, after seeing my financial record, decided to give me a facility. That facility they gave to me, I used it to open my pig farm as far back as 2017. And that was one of the reasons why I hardly stay in the TV studio, because I must run out of my businesses and also maintain the feeding of these pigs, because they were more of facility. They were sourced from loan facility. So you should understand what I'm talking about. So if I have the credibility to source for loan, you should understand. If a financial institution can scrutinize me, could extray me, and give me a facility. You should know it's not a child process. And that's why I mention name. Go to Federal Polytechnic Microfinance Bank is a public institution. Go there and find out. So when we talk about some level of reputation we have built for ourselves, we have built it. So when I was running my pig farm, as far back as 2017, this very woman was supervising us at media level. And she was doing everything possible, including with her own sacrifices, to sustain the media, the national media. I'm not telling you she was supervising family writers or one unit, the national media. And she was doing everything possible. Most of you might not know, all this time we are talking, the sustenance of media were more of what Biafrans could offer. There was no budgetary arrangement, for media. So she did her best. And I respect her for that. I respect her for that. So while we were talking, she said, what am I into? And I told her, I do farming. I'm a farmer. I'm also into transport. In fact, issue of transport is a family lineage business. And she's okay. In that case, she would want to do farming. And I advised her, because pig business, for those of us who are currently into pig business, you will know the return on investment, what it looks like. I did not just do pig business because I was trained in Michael Obara. I personally paid. Whatever I'm saying, I will be giving you references. Go and verify. I personally paid and attended Southeast Entrepreneurship Development in Umuahia. I know some of you who are watching might have also participated in that training. From 2016 to 2017, there was a training that went on in Umuahia. So that's to tell you, I naturally love anything that expands me. I'm not a lazy person, and I can never be. I have my standard I have built for myself, and nobody can easily deplete it. I kept it for you. So in 2016, there was a program in Umuahia. Go and Google it. Just Southeast Entrepreneurship Development. When was that program held? You can go and check. I attended that program in Umuahia. I spent my money. I attended the training. The training was done by CBN, Central Bank of Nigeria, in partnership with Southeast. I attended their program. It is called Southeast Entrepreneurship Development, because I love entrepreneurship. I love self-reliance. I attended it, and I was trained in big sector of Michael Okpara University, Umudike. I have my certificates. And I also did my internship in Michael Okpara University of Agriculture, Umudike. So I got knowledge about pig farm management from a noble institution. So I did not just dabble into that business. So what then happened? Mommy Obi said, okay, she wants to open it for her brother, one of the brother. And she bought a land, because I advised her, I said, look, where I am running my own was a rented place. So I would advise you, if you have the purchasing power, buy a land for yourself. I rented a farm and she bought her own land and ran, and I was also happy. So tell me how somebody who bought a land in 2017 established a big farm. Why ESN was established in 2020? How what she used in buying her land becomes ESN money? Let me see the correlation. Because you see, the level at which I had the nonsense they said about that woman, I said, these are just, criminals easily see people as criminals. When somebody does not have what he's doing, there is no single job he can reference or quote he's doing. No single business he's doing. All he does is to beg online. So mentally he believes that everybody life revolves around that level of gota life. I have a business I run. And from then to now, I have also developed various chains of businesses I manage. I'm not boasting. Those who are close to me, I told you that even go and ask somebody like Moses Sabo. He has been close to me. So go and ask him. I think Moses Sabo is in Darlington's camp. Go and ask Moses Sabo. What is Austin doing? Then he can educate you better. That is me. And I am very proud of what I do. So, she bought a land and run her own farm. I told you when she bought the land, because some of you who are talking nonsense, that she diverted IPOB fund, and I look at your ESN fund and I look at your laugh. So you mean in UK she's not doing anything? That is how stupid some of our people could be. Yes. She opened her own farm and was running. So I wonder how somebody who bought a land, opened a farm, becomes that she took ESM money and gave Chika in 2017. So tell me, 3 years after the formation of ESM is what somebody is alleging. Isn't that stupidity? Isn't that stupidity? And for one thing most of you do not know, I will not conclude this program without also letting you how Darlington got a half-baked information. Instead of him to be patiently to investigate and get a conclusive information. That was how he got himself. He trapped himself within 21 days ultimatum he gave Chika Austin. And when that elapsed, there's nowhere he could further get him from. He started insulting the woman. This is a woman, she told you people that, oh, I'm going to get the woman on my platform to discuss. And when he knew, he's so toutish for the woman to pay attention to, he now turned back and started insulting the woman because the woman did not collaborate. Yes. So the woman moved on with her business. The brother was there doing it. Amazingly doing it. And as my business grew, listen very carefully, I develop another sector of business. I also have knowledge. Remember I told you I sought what I use in opening my big farm. I sought it for Federal Polytechnic, Naked. Until today, the lady that assisted me to sort that facility, she holds me on a high respect because I didn't jeopardize her job. I didn't default in servicing the loan. I didn't take loan and run away. I maintained my dignity, service the loan, and to tomorrow, if I also have a need for facilities seeking from they will honorably do it. So, why my business on the P-Farm was enlarging? Sometime, listen well, sometime 2019, 2020, a business was introduced known as Uber, Bolt. You know why? Please, don't much concentrate on, oh, Chika Austin is explaining his life history. What you can also learn is that you can still be in struggle and still be viable, economically viable. You don't say, because some of you will say, oh, we are in the homeland. We don't come out. That's why we are begging you for food. We don't come out. Just give me money, let me change my phone. And we are in homeland. We are being hunted down. That's why we are begging. We can't do anything. No. In as much as you are not involved in criminality, in as much as you are not in any way getting yourself involved in criminality, you will agitate for Biafra, honorable, and still do your business, still survive. Let nobody deceive you with this mindset. We're in homeland, we don't come out. That is not. Except you start involving yourself in criminality. Except you start involving yourself. So, because I know some of them, I do watch them, some of them will come and say, you know, we're in homeland. We don't come out. If we come out, we'll be hunted and all this. No. I always say it. Till tomorrow, I have over 7 people I pay salary. And I'm happy I'm contributing to the motherland economically and what I'm doing. Because they will always tell you, things are difficult, we don't come out, we are home now. I know many of us. If I mention them, you will marvel. I know many of us who had this previous mentality. They came to me, I told them, no, you don't have to. Get this doing. Find something doing. You can establish this. That will help you to build integrity. You don't on camera and start begging people. Yes, you don't on camera and start begging people. I know one of us that I also, some people, I have mentored them into removing that mentality. So what am I trying to say? My business built up. Then in 2019, 2020, Uber and Bolt came into where I'm staying. Most of you will know Uber services and Bolt service. What I did was I bought a vehicle and gave someone, to start using and remitting. And for those of you who knew 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022, for those of you who knew this business, we know that it was a harvest time. For those of us who did Uber and the Bolt business, this period was the peak of it. The business was making waves. The business was making waves. And for me, I started from one vehicle, I bought another vehicle, and another one. I expanded. Because from 2019, 2020, 2021, I believe some of you who are watching also understand what I'm talking about. The Uber and the Bolt business was really, really making a lot of money. And I took advantage of that. I took proper advantage. And the same time, the same person, Momiobi, also indicated interest to also buy a vehicle and do same business. Now, look, if I'm not good, we could not do big business and she moved that relationship to vehicle business. Somebody cannot, if I was fraudulent, she would have stopped at big business. She wouldn't have also been interested in us doing transport business. It's a simple analysis. It was simple decision. And we did that business. On the second one, it couldn't go well because the issue of fuel increased. In fact, she bought first and second vehicle. I know, let me just explain this, because if we don't say this, some of these charlatans will keep on running with information they don't know. She bought first one, and that business was rolling. She has to buy second one. In fact, as a matter of fact, it was the son that bought it, not even her. It was the son. So when the second vehicle came, the business started having distress because of fuel increment and all this. What I advised her was, sell this vehicle and use the money to something else. And she advised me and said, Austin, okay, let me go by your advice, because you're into the system. And the fuel was really climbing. So people were no longer patronage on that business was dying down because price of the service was going up. I advised, and she disposed the second one and used the business for whatever she wants. So that is it, and that is what it is. And one thing these guys do not know is this: the same person they are insulting, or the same person they are saying I did this and that, and turned out and started insulting her, all her properties, in fact, not all, most of her properties till tomorrow are still under my management. Most of her properties are still under my management. And let me also tell these guys one thing they've not known. You see, some people came to IPOB with different intention. One of those things I have greatly achieved in IPOB is knowing people. And because I know people, I don't take people for granted. I have never, even those who are viewing me, some of people who are viewing me know at a personal level, things they have entrusted in my hand, how I acquired them, how we, got the project delivered. There are countless of, you see, that is the problem most of these idiots don't know. If you trade reputation, even within IPOB, there are after all, somebody like Bright Chimezi Shua, is he not handling projects of IPOB members? Can you compare his market base with others? No. Why? Because he has built reputation for himself. Something really recently happened. The only person I somehow shared this thing was a Emeka Gift. And I have to say it public as a matter of fact. We have a member in this struggle. In fact, this person holds no position. The person got to me. It's quite unfortunate the person is no longer here on earth. The person got to me and acquired a lot of properties. A lot of properties. Under my custody, she acquired a lot of properties. Not even known by the family. Unfortunately, she died. I had to start calling the family members. Reach out to the husband, reach out to the husband, reach out to relatives, reach out to and say, come, So person bought lands. I acquired those lands for her. You people don't know. I come. I brought out my car, drove the relatives. I brought out my car, drove the relative. The relative member drove the person, moving to every single location where these properties are. I said, this property belongs to her. This property belongs to her. This is the document. This property belongs to her. This property belongs to her. I'm saying it in the public so you can go and make verification. I shared it with some top members of the leadership. Please, I'm on program. I will call you. So that is what it is. I shared it with some members of the leadership. And what I'm just telling you, I even shared it with the Mecca gift. It's not, what I'm telling you is not something that happened a year time. It's just something that has not even reached up to 2 months. Why am I saying this? Why am I taking time to explain all these things? You see, some of our people do not know that IPOB is safe. If you build character within IPOB, you will excel. Just build reputation. You will excel. I have seen a whole lot of blessings. I'm not saying people giving me money. That is not what I'm saying. I have seen members of this movement bringing businesses to me and I execute honorably. What I'm saying is a public record. So if I lie, definitely one of them will still come and counter me. So that is what it is. So the woman, they are busy insulting because they believe she refused to collaborate with them. The land she bought was 2017. 2017. That was when she bought her land and opened her pig business. And I, Chika Austin, go to Federal Polytechnic Microfinance Bank. I sourced my pig farm. Money was sourced from Federal Polytechnic Microfinance Bank. Go there and verify. I'm giving you my name. Go there and find out. I might be also having some staff of that after this public space. I might be having some staff of that institution here. So let us understand this, because when you see these guys, they come with blackmail. They think they can deplete a track record of over 30 years or 20 years. You cannot. It's impeccable. You can't deplete it. And that is one thing I always say. I respect the leadership of this struggle because of character. If not, I also fell out with them. Criminality, I feel irritated with criminality. When I see you have this resentment, you have this attitude to shortchange, take advantage of somebody, it naturally irritates me. And the problem most of these guys have with the members of the leadership is because they feel that these guys are not adjusting. They are not adjusting. Someone like Osurgeon, when Moses Abo came to me, go and tag Moses Abo. When he visited me, I told him, say, look, at the time, I went and met Iwala Chibueze, who happens to be, computer guru, internet. He writes programs. He has advanced knowledge of programming and that. I met him and said, look, Mazi Iwala, please tell me the side of computer knowledge I should go in that is going to be beneficial to me. He told me, he said, go and learn programming. Mazi Iwala Chibueze advised me, and I paid for it. I went and acquired that knowledge. The same thing when Moses Abo visited me, I'm calling him because he cannot deny it. I also told him, I said, look, this is what I'm into. You know, I'm just learning this. That should be 3 years ago or 4 years ago. I'm just learning this. Please, Moses, I will advise you to go and learn this. I know what I'm saying. Go and learn this. You can use it to start helping yourself. And when I learned it, I was doing even remote jobs. Being in my house and doing work, collecting few dollars. So why am I saying this? Let not us see this struggle from the angle of Osoji and his levels. There are people with a track record of reputation, and you cannot just destroy it. You cannot just destroy it. If the members of the DOS, listen, if the members of the DOS are not people of high quality of reputation, trust me, I cannot, by now I would have just gradually left. But every single one of them, let me tell you this, every single one of them, I'm making a video, you can store it for future. Every single one of them has high level of social responsibility. They are economic viable to the society they find themselves. I'm telling you, men who have multi-millions of dollars investments. Not because, you know, one thing social media and this struggle have done is for us to, you know, talk down on anybody because we think, you know, like most of you watching me here can feed me. It's a natural thing. Some of you are very sophisticated. So if I assume everybody to be at my level, I'm doing a whole lot of damages to myself. If I think everybody thinks like me, there are people who, one day somebody told me that a certain professor watches my program from US. And I said, oh, this guy is a professor in political science. Somebody called me from US and told, I said, good, that's why I'm always mindful of what I say. Because I know some of you might not type, might not comment, might not like, but you are in the best position of the society. Not because everybody is doing struggle, not because of everybody can on camera. We are not at the same level. Some of you here are great men and women of the society. You might not be crazy, reactive, but we know who you are. So, these guys in the DOS, you know, if some of us are privy to know their profiles, I know one of them that is at the heart of management of the military software of the country he finds himself. This person, I'm telling you, it doesn't appear on camera. I know one of them, I repeat, he is in the heart of military computer management of the country where he is. You can't see him on camera because of the sensitivity. He's a member of the DOS. So when you now look at such sophisticated men, because I can have 500 MB and I start talking down on them. That's why I always pray to them. I say, God help these people. Let them not one day out of frustration and then sort and walk away. Please uphold them to know that what they are doing, they are very nostalgic. It's all about being nostalgic to the motherland. That's my prayer to them. Because majority of them, absolutely none of them is idle. Absolutely none of them is jobless. Like those of them who are insulting them. I also know one of them who have a big company in Europe. He also have people employed. So when these men talk, I want to listen to them because they are socially responsible. You don't expect me to listen to Kanu who choose not to do anything. You don't expect me to regard the likes of Ben Fan, who goes around plagiarizing the identity of a corporate entity. You don't expect me to listen to somebody who come who could not even fix his phone. He's begging online, who could not even fix his phone. You take me, I don't understand. I don't understand. Life's mind flows the same way. I have a corporate presence. I'm not just doing business. I am incorporated. I am incorporated. And I'm proud. So I pay my tax. I pay my tax. I pay my tax. You can imagine when somebody is in the homeland and he is legally discharging his social obligation. And one charlatan would want to equate himself. Once somebody who begs. In fact, as a matter of fact, I was able to Googling about Prince Darlington. What I saw marveled me. Google AI recognized that he comes online and begs. Artificial intelligence has documented it. So what am I saying? We are not fighting a no one. What we are fighting is we want to build a sophisticated society. And we are not going to build Biafra when Biafra comes only. We are also build a demo nation. That demo nation is what people will say, oh, if these people can have this level of pedigree, if these people can have this level of coordination, that means we're going to get a better country. I want people to understand that. Because in the something like that. You must have the ability to build a demo entity. That is how it was. Nobody will support you when at the level of building a demo entity, you did not have anything reasonable to present. People talk about South Africa. ANC proved beyond every doubt that they can manage themselves. And the world said they are matured. So if IPOB cannot represent ideal society, trust me, you cannot have supporters. You cannot have partners. You cannot have allies. So when I see some of these guys who are low-lifers, assuming that everybody in this struggle is at their level, I laugh. I laugh. So you can imagine the disjointed connectivity. They said, they gave me 21 days, I must come and defend. As they bring the woman. 21 days they laughed, they could not bring the woman. They turned their camera against the woman and started insulting the woman. And I knew how the woman felt when we spoke last week. I knew the bitterness in the heart of that woman. After putting all she could, going even in her pains, when she was medically unfit, she was putting in her best for the struggle. And one charlatan, wretched, ragtag fellow will on camera and start maligning the lady because you think, you have 500 MB. Finally, before I open my phone line for those who want to call, and I wish the likes of Darlington to call in. I think it's important let me put up the phone line. Let me get it so that people can call in. I want them to call. Ask your question. Ask your question. Probe me. This is an open space. You don't just come, you block me and start talking rubbish. You don't do that. You don't do that. Absolutely. You cannot do that. Now, finally, because it's important we understand this, what we are fighting is to have a decent society. We are not fighting, a sort of village community stuff. We are fighting to have. I've just pinned the number. I've just pinned the number. For those of you who want to call, you can call in now. We are fighting to have a decent society where when you are found guilty, you don't say because you know president, you know the prime minister, you know the chief justice, those nonsense. What we are fighting is whenever you err, take note of that. You go through the process. You go through the process of accountability. You don't say, because I know one prime minister, I know one deputy prime minister, I know one president, for that my sins are forgiven. No, we shouldn't. For me, if we are to get such society, what it means to me, to my person, to someone like me, is a dangerous society. Because such society can be undermining to our collective well-being. Let nobody think Biafra restoration is impossible. It's already before us. What is happening in the north? Most of you watch the program that the Hausa people are trying to see how they can, because they don't have that voice, how they can cooperate with us, coordinate with us, and have a voice. So Nigeria is collapsing every day. But my fear is let us not have a society. Let us not have a society where people will not think looting the treasury of the nation instead of working. Instead of engaging on something meaningful, you believe that you just sit down and be destroying the national treasure. That is not going to happen. Very, very important. Okay. Ndewo Mazi, are you there? Ndewo. Mazi Keka, I will get back to you shortly because you called earlier, so I was trying to round up. Okay, Mazi, go on.
Okay. Okay. Anyone can call you.
Yes, I say go on. I'm listening. We are all listening.
Okay, that's okay. Nobody like this, you understand? All like Mbonya and the allegation. One thing about this criminal, one thing about it is that only Google like this, only get to be so. We just assume that not everything on a go is so good because on our to action with seriousness. You understand? Only guys, only blackmail anyone or something like that. You do it with, let me just say, with seriousness. So I'm just happy you just know, but you understand? Get everything explained. Because let me just say now, I did maybe just not say, okay, let me just leave that one on my head. Some people might just believe the lies. Based on autonomy, if you want, that is it. Only blackmail people like this is blackmail people with seriousness. Unlike Rotishi, they have everything explained and the whole thing, you is so good like this now, your uncle not talk and cigarettes. Then another thing they can keep like this, when I was just listening to you, when they could say that now, Madu dies, oh we have you bought out something for someone, you understand? It now happened that now the person passed away. Honestly, to be frank, it takes a very disciplined and a good person, you understand, for the person to contact the family of those people.
Mazi, that reference I gave, I said, go and ask Emeka gift. This incident is not even up to 2 months.
You see?
It's still
so
fresh.
Then, okay, let me just imagine someone like that someone like that person now can never, even though they can't even or die everything because no dress. But it takes a very disciplined person, because let me just say that maybe you wanted to guide Kyoto or something like no dress, no dress. You understand? But it takes a very disciplined. So I really respect you for that, you know.
Yeah.
So the show I don't have more to say. So like we just know everything explained and it's well understood, unless it's more actually even way so. Because the 21 days had it been over any tangible thing, had it been I know I'm telling, had it been over any tangible thing, he has to present it for don't come post out him on our once he's lying, he'll be lying with seriousness. So
but he has turned back to start insulting the woman. That is how dangerous he is.
You see, that's just the thing. And the way he was making that proof, if you see the way, or more even, it will just like all the Bunno can see to man, everything he stand there in his hand. They're chasing work at the 21 days now, going to Wednesday, that goes. You understand? So that's the kind of person we find ourselves with.
Okay, we are having. I wonder why we are having a lot of calls on this. Ndewo, are you with us?
Hello, Mazi. She calls to watch the Ndewo.
Mazi Ndewo.
Ndewo, Mazi. Just now jump put me online. I'm not going to kill your man. So I'm sitting on the up, so she can check if I'm putting it on live. I can't from name and it's in after live.
Yes.
Mazi, thank you so much. April is you on our water. I say in Abuango. And the by to the is you go Gundo. Mazi, you talk about you talk about something related to money issue. In terms of if, for example, we restore Biafra. For example, we restore Biafra without knowing these things that is going on today. Mazi, what do you think will be the fate of Biafra if, for example, all these things we are seeing today never happen? Don't you see that Biafra will be a disaster?
It will be a mess. It will be a mess. And every single one of us would have regretted fighting for such nation, including our children will be disappointed.
Yes. Because the fact of the matter, Mazi, the truth of the matter is that whenever you come out to speak truth, if, for example, another example in a Lion Man program, if, for example, during the time, when Onyendu was around, since he speak to the leadership not to focus on money, and they now abandon everything that concerns IBOB money. For Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and Nyanya Kanu. If, for example, somebody like Mazi Chigidizim, the head of the Directorate of State and his deputy, Shina Saworo, Mazi Abual begin to speak about money. Mazi, you know we will be the ones to crucify these people. Are you aware?
Yes.
Because they will say their intention is IPOB money.
Mazi, let me tell Mazi, most of us who are privy to certain information, there are things we have seen and on a mihere. For instance, if I tell you that these are things that when I speak, I don't like accusing people. That's why I always say, show me evidence. It's very, very important. If I tell you that even Kanunta, Nyanya was sending money for Kanunta's son, personal expenses.
Mazi, you forget I live in Germany and I also went to court.
These documents, when I lay hold on all these documents, I was telling the DOA, say, although you people knew what you were doing, but for me, you people also did not do it well. you would have opened up all these things earlier. How can this guy be sending a fund of the movement to his even son and tagging it IPOB whatever? It's so disgusting.
To protect the image of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, they don't want the image of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to look dirty. The end of the day, they now become the enemies. On the same person.
No. That level of, to me, that level of loyalty is not what it's supposed to be. Because when I saw those documents, I said, no. This is just insult to the collective well-being of the people.
Yeah.
If it is for Onyendu's son, that is quite understandable. Who is Kanonta? Is the movement owing responsibility to him? It doesn't make sense to me.
Okay. Let me give you one example. When this thing started many years ago, whenever Uchemofo is going to an event to represent IPOB, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in the other hand will also send Kanu Takano to accompany Uchemofo to event. And Kanu Takano going to this event, the people that is accepting there will be the one that will pay for Kanu Takano hotel, pay for the food, pay for anything that Kanu Takano will eat. That is the reason that Kanu Takano say that in the asset of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, automatically is now in charge of IPOB. Mazi, these are evidence in the public domain. If countries that Uchemofo have visited will come on your program and testify, they will take care of Uchemofo and they will also take care of Kanu Takano, who is not a member of IPOB. So these are the mistakes that we made many years ago, and we must correct it. And you correcting it, saying it now, people will tell you, you are not fighting Mazi Nnamdi Kanu.
That is rubbish. No, it's not for someone like me now. Nobody can tell me that nonsense. You can't tell me that nonsense. You can't tell me.
That is it. The only thing we need to do is just to continue to open the eyes of our people, for our people to understand the game being played with the mind of more than 70 million Biafran people. Because these people pretending to love Mazi Nnamdi Kanu more than you, believe me, because they never even love Mazi Nnamdi Kanu one bit. The only thing they love
is what they are getting. Is what they are getting. Yes.
And if Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is getting freedom, Mazi Sheikh, the people that is going to fight Mazi Nnamdi Kanu last on this very social media is the same people who are also gathering every information available to them now. They will use it against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. It's not a prophecy, it's a reality, and it is going to happen. Thank you so much for having me, Mazi Sheikh.
Let me get Mazi Cake as much as I can. Think he called earlier. Let me get. Okay. So what we are saying is this. Mazi Cake is another call. So what we are saying here is this. It's important we understand what we are saying. We must, as a people, especially at the level of followership, anything can happen. Okay. No, Mazi, are you there? Are you there?
Yes, I'm here. How are you going for you?
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, Mazi, thank you so much. I was on the 2 minute speech this morning, but in my call because today and we are preparing for next program. Actually, this program and the program my own mind, this Darlington and blackmailing you and the RBM bomber. For the past 3 years, people maybe understand. People they tell all about security, all about security. I'm not going to longer with the kind of blackmail that is going on in this level.
when getting out of the mama, I'll be in the ghetto. Yes. When getting out of the some media and then go to church card, then you have Jamas home here. Or check the Bama, they will taxi drive. When getting out of the same years, or careful in there with take okay, I hear you. Or give that one, or check the crap. No, be one you know where I live, who now they book and I'm very old. Okay, that's like one. But you know why I'm happy to take us? Because I can tell you, it's not disrespect to Mama. You were the only person really who would dignity of that place. And you know what you are doing. I think after you were our brother fearless. That I have to know. Therefore, get that no market. I don't blame Darlington because everybody should understand that Darlington is on a mission. And you want to destroy everybody, both on your Basra or your Nabasa. So the only thing I want to tell you, if you finish this program, you don't leave it at that, no need of going far of analyzing him or explaining yourself because okay, man, now we want more engagement or as we say, activities, you know, that they want to whatever program because they have nothing to offer. That's how I'm going over the spare. Okay, continue the struggle and push it forward. Every day, I social media. Continue now, you people should forward up, go up and get this man. Since the 20th of November 2025, this man last sentence, you know, that I went to the update. Here I know on the barristers say, about Christmas, about Easter. That is not what we want. What we want is the release of Nnamdi, not to go in there to stay with him now about Easter. But if I call his DOS now, Mazi, every year will get loose, every year will catch up. I got to get but these people have taken this thing on their hand. Give us one example, they will not. You know why? Because they want to destroy this struggle to zero. Actually, compare to zero. Mazi check. So I will advise you, my brother, and to give it a lead. Okay, all of you can see on the drag chance. So just to take it easy and focus. Opportunity I got good on it. I will just tell you, the only thing I get myself to say forgive about Darlington or that actually. I will not. Because I have to see it out there. I'm going to back to that one. I got you. I got you. That there. But you see me and these people to continue. Because they know the truth and they choose to blackmail people. This is the lady put around soon away in somebody. After 3 days, you start engaging a man in our home before. Now to community now you turn around to say that Simon Eba is the best. You want to know after 1 year. This is for what is the best. After destroying his image on social media, that's why I'm working. And never made your job, the way your job, come in the way your job. It will not balance. So that's why I still where I stand in the structure of Martin and the Kanu until he is come out. Any day he come out and say otherwise. I'm sure about this. But for now, I know if not transfer. I got reach here. And we must get this Biafra. Why your mother there? So Mazi check. I would advise you to continue your analysis than to focus on these charlatans.
Thank you. Okay, Mazi, are you there? Hello.
Yes, sir. Hello.
Hello. Good evening from here.
Yes, sir. This is the Mazi check also. First time trying to call you.
You're welcome.
I'm a good follower, a good listener, and then of course also a good share of your program and all your teachings.
Thanks, sir.
From Georgia.
Thanks so much.
Yeah, so my brother, you're doing a very great job, like everybody has been saying. And
then it takes somebody with discipline, somebody with consistency, somebody that's now what you did. So that's our one of the comrades, one of the friend of God or whatever that died 2 years ago for him to so many if you look at how Nigeria is, Nigeria is this constituted or whatever, everybody will shit out. Everybody's a team. This is even an opportunity. A lot of people want to even double the servants. Even like itself. You know this person have this land. Even a brother will have a land, and they will try to kill some brother. Always there's somebody that is not even from your immediate brother, but a friend. Are you able to make sure that you secure this Allah? For them to know that now, this person has this, has this. I said, it tells so much good about you, my brother. You see, when it comes to Darlington, man, I used to, of course, so when they were doing, doing their whatever, they're still doing well or whatever, I'm not more give that the right word to use. When they were still broadcasting and then everyone was all about DOS and the mass and that, because we all follow them. All these people are not called rubbish, normal. Even the funny part of this is that I don't even listen to none of their programs no more. Straight from our channel go to even all of them. So I'm even surprised some of you even listen to them because I already know they have derailed. As long as they are against the DOS, I don't have nothing to do with them, even listen to them. Of course, Darlington will use shares or answer. There's no doubt. Only we handle criminal. The one good thing about it that now, I hang you so much. But it's a good thing that you have already So, okay, you're going to explain. Most of us that follows you guys who is real, we know who is who at this trouble. There's no doubt. I listen to your program, your analysis, your teachings. Go on. I get fearless evangelists or whatever. These are people who without even them coming to, they're not doing it for them to praise themselves. We already know the truth, knowing that these people are real, and the sincerity in them is nothing to write home about. So my brother, because you're seeking, these guys are okay. Since this man is being held, nobody's talking about Biafra restoration. They're not even talking about how to bring this man out from the detention. All they do is from one place blackmail upon blackmail upon blackmail. But trust us, IPOBs, they know who is telling the truth and who is telling lies. Mazi, see you, sir.
There, sir. We'll keep on moving. Why we choose to explain, most of you might not know why we choose to go the line at which we are going to explain is because if you are quiet over certain issues, I can tell you, and if possible, I call, a lot of people who are not even, they're just in diaspora. And I know many of them, I make acquisition of property, and even their documents are with me. I can keep calling all of them now, one after the other. Very countless number of them. And this is one of those things I believe we can do for ourselves in this struggle. I so much believe this is one of the things we can, because people do not, most of us think we are, yes, it's all about struggle, but remember we are building a family. This is a family.
Hello?
Mazi,
good afternoon.
Good
evening. Yeah, I agree. I'm on the street now, but I will take one and one. So I'm making my brother for Roman in an hour. Or this is, you understand? With the fearless evangelists now point just on certain things, the man what people hang out because they watch a lot of people. I'm not what is going on. You understand what I mean? But as time goes on, the more you people come to clarify. And now what so I thank you for your honesty. So for you to clarify yourself in allegation and a say, but not necessary because you all that silent. Let's overlook them. Have the important near mention or less or tap. So I can't. And they watch immediately with the Hishina. I can't hala one. Follow another. Oh, him head them. So, maybe also watching a mega attack. Gather around, he destroy that very this and watch. Able to propaganda. Oh, don't you say,
I'm telling you.
I'm telling you. I'm on a platform, give on a TikTok. Sokoto. Ask him, and you make the leadership that time because they can be well. One up against you. I went down here, I will smart and now make sure that everything I got. Now I got meeting, now do name everything. Kaumo go get on a Sokoto. Surround our leader. Now corruption. So I am a people me work when I one of them. Yauruma. Anytime I feel the song head at IPOB and DOS that they need our help, they should come to us. That the member of DOS and IPOB we should move forward and focus on restoring Biafra. Yauzi Mandela na Sokoto feel that now. IPOB will help us women come to us. Because enough of all this because Anna want to like this, Hannah Malielu. You understand? Anna want to Hannah Malielu now for gas. So can my patient move forward now. Like you have the signal, they move forward. So anytime you need to come to us, Chile so I stand and I say, bless every member of IPOB who is honest in what we are doing. And the only I have for
Mazi Jishike, we must continue. It's very, very important we continue. I can wait about 40 minutes then before we leave. So why, most of you might not understand why, if Darlington had stopped at dragging and blackmailing me, that wouldn't have been a problem. But I, knowing the effort this woman put in this struggle, especially at media level, and when I heard her, when she called me, that should be Monday this week, I was mad. When the woman called me and was expressing her pains, I was mad because I hate when people sacrifice, just the way Onyendu is. He has sacrificed, we know, in this struggle. You cannot easily just forget it. It's a sacrifice. So when people I know what they have committed in the struggle, you want to mesmerize. That is the reason why I came. Because it must be clarified that the woman is not what she was said to be. Mazinde, were you there with us?
Yeah, Mazi Constant, definitely from here.
Thanks so much. The platform is yours.
Yes, thank you. Thank you very much. You are one of a kind. You know, all this thing that is happening, if you check the signature and everything that is happening now, you will know that these people, they are trying to make this Biafran struggle unattractive for international community and other ethnic groups in Nigeria. Because if you check the few that are causing this havoc, let me call it havoc, they are no longer a member. But all of a sudden, they have come back from their shell, claiming that they love Mazi Nnamdi. See the way they're attacking people, right center. They will go and open a file. Then if you want to educate them more on that, you will find out that
what these people are saying, if you are beginning to discuss it on social media, it is damaging the image of even that our Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that they are trying to protect. Look at a whole lawyer, what they are tweeting. Max. So, Mazi, it's not always, it's not they will be opening platform and be talking is the problem. It is the mentality and how they are arranged to say it. When they open mouth, only abuse upon abuse, insult upon insult. The other day I was sorry because I couldn't make it. Early because I didn't hear your elaboration. We use what you discussed the previous time. The way the British government nullified the Scottish freedom fighting.
Mm-hmm.
It's all about intelligence.
Mm-hmm.
And now they are now gathering around Nnamdi Kanu. They are using the same pattern, knowingly or unknowingly, because to them it is all about personal interest. Is it Biafra? Is it Darlington? Is it which one again? Is it Methuselah? Methuselah has been swearing in his life that he doesn't want to take position. But the other day, they give him the leader of the 100 men.
Hey, Chineke. Men of zero character.
He come out and boasted that he come out and boasted that he very soon as people who know his real identity. That right now, nobody have realized his real identity. Very soon, people will know his real identity.
You know the funniest thing, Mazi, You know the funniest thing? You said you said he was boasting that he doesn't want a position. And today they have made him the leader of the 100 men. And he's boasting very soon. And he's boasting that very soon people will know his true color. This is the same guy. The same Methuselah on his live program saying that there is nothing he has not done, that he has done a robbery job. He has done this. There is no terrible thing he has not done. He has even done kidnapping. You understand me? And this is the person they are making. I don't understand. It's so funny, to be honest with you. Oh God, go ahead, Mazi.
What is his vice? Then look at the people. Look at the people that they are Nnamdi for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to be leading the preaching. They want to make this Biafra agitation
childish. No, they want to disabuse our minds. They want to disabuse our mind. But we're not going to let that happen because we have men, quality men and women. So allowing this guy, it will not replace, you know, it's so funny. People do not understand the psychological implication. Seeing Osodi to be the deputy of the 100 men. And he also, in fact, I check AI, I check Google. Google is telling me that Prince Darlington is popularly known for begging online. I don't understand me. It's gazetted, documented.
It's that. Do you know my greatest surprise? My greatest surprise is that ostrich snake that doesn't have any position. I didn't see his position there.
He will rebel. It's a matter of time. He will rebel them.
Yeah. Yes, I didn't see his position for now. Because the reason why he was making that statement, anything Mazi Nnamdi Kanu says goes. If somebody who's not an IPOB member, you want to come into an organization you know nothing about. You know nothing about. Oh my God. The OS have really suffered, though. The OS have really suffered. In the heart of our people. They have really, these are men, they have families. Do you talk about psychological effects of all these abuses, what it will be causing in their personal life? And at the same time, you don't care, you don't have
conscience. To you, what you want is what you want. If you don't want it, it is better that we destroy everything. You don't care whether people have died. You don't care whether families have been displaced.
Somebody is even saying that Methuselah said he's a cultist. I have the snatching ballot box in the election for Rochas. These are terrible, these guys are. Somebody came online and said he's a cultist. Like I've been snatching ballot box for Rochas. And you're making him, he has not retracted that statement though. You are still making him a leader of your 100 men. Man, it's terrible. It's terrible. Go away.
For what it is. For what it is.
I'm telling you. I'm telling you.
Continue. Because these people, to me, they don't know what they're doing. They don't know the root of what they're doing. They don't even understand what is all about. Even that they want to venture that we are in. They will know that they will know how to be speaking on social media.
I'm telling you. I'm telling you.
They even know this area for that because we use IP. This is why we are supporting the US. Okay, no problem. Now we are asylum seekers. Yes, thank you very much. I love your program. I love everything that you're doing.
Thanks so much. Thanks so much.
Whenever somebody hears you speak with reason, you speak with facts, you speak with open mind, and anybody that have contrary view, to my greatest surprise, I don't see them here. I never see them here, but they will own their camera and be doctor in their platform. If you want to go there and speak, they will allow you. That is how terrible it is. Thank you very much. I'm happy.
Thanks so much. Okay, Mazi, have the platform so that we can be speeding up. At least in the next 25 minutes, we should be rounding up. Go ahead. Are you there with us?
Yes, I'm there, Mazi. Austin.
Go ahead, Mazi. Go ahead. There.
Yeah, almost Biafra, Mazi.
Biafra, we had you.
I am hearing a thought, you see, but we must continue.
Exactly.
Nnamdi Kanu says that we must continue. We will not back down. You know, I'm only encouraging you people in the top to all these things that are happening. We should not use it as anything because men have gone, men have died.
Exactly.
Struggle. You know, men have died in the struggle, brother. It's not what we have to be joking with. Those people that which we are just discussing, this Darlington of a thing. I just followed him in 2021 with Nnamdi of Ewu when all these things start. When he was getting all information, I got this information, I am here, I am see, I am this, I am that. Fabricating stories. And fabricating the story with the seriousness that all is true.
That's what he does. That's what he does.
You know? So I look at him, I see that he's not a man. I don't know if he's an old member of IPOB. I don't know, maybe, but he's just a follower of Nnamdi Kanu, calling himself as a member of IPOB, you know? Because an old member of IPOB will not be behaving the way many of these people are behaving.
You know their problem? Mazi, do you know their problem? Three years ago, one of them came to me and said to me, he's passing through a lot of problems. That the monthly 10,000 Onyendu usually give them from DSS is no longer coming. Do you understand me? That the only person giving them small money now is a lawyer, Barrister Lloyd. So yes, so there are about 10 or more than that. Onyendu gives. He called them media, the media, but he gives 10,000 kind of remuneration or something, tip.
Just continue.
So, yes, it seems within a time, the money was not coming. Now, one of them came to me. One of them, I asked him to visit me to my state, to my base. He came. I told him, I said, listen. He narrated all these things to me. I said, how can you be depending on 10,000 every month? Even you as an individual, can that sustain you? And remember, if you're fighting a freedom that somebody is paying you every month, you are not a freedom fighter.
No.
I said to him, look at what I do. Look at, please, can you call so person? Tell this person that I asked you to call him. Let him teach you programming. That was how I directed, whether he did it or not. There is also one of us, also in media. That one went and learned solar power system. As I speak to you, that guy is catching millions of naira every month. Because he gets contract. Most times I call him, I refer to him on all this. He's making. So these boys refuse to start on time to get themselves engaged.
To start one thing or the other.
Yeah, now it has backfired. Because Anamuake Benanka. So they now believe they just have to be doing the noises and sustain. Maybe the money is now increased to 30,000 because of inflation. Only God knows. You understand me? But for how long? How long can you be banking people, blackmailing people because you want the 30,000 or 20,000 to be sustained? And imagine where a lawyer of a client also give them that tips. You now understand that they have destroyed their future. That is they have messed themselves up. They have messed themselves up. That's why they can't be consistent. If the DOS start, after all of us were in the media, ask them in the media, how many times have I demanded for, or even when they send money for data, I don't take. Ask them, I boldly say it. Why will I take? Because I have something doing. But immediately that side seems as if it has stopped. They say K-Coda. Most of you might not know why they started dragging K-Coda. That it is K-Coda that has stopped the helping of the media officers. And they started battling him. And I told them, look, this guy did not stop it. Remember that the account of the movement was hijacked by Kanu. So where will these guys get money and be funded? You people. They said no, they should get strong mind, including Darlington, who put in matter said that every month they are supposed to be payment. I said, this is not freedom fighting I came for.
But we are still in struggle. Where we then be getting the money to be paying you?
They felt that they felt that the members of the DOS should sustain that, wastages. I told them one day, I said, if you people start paying me, if you people start giving me what I can provide for myself, I won't do this struggle because I won't have the passion. I don't see anything I'm sacrificing.
Yes,
I better go and look for a job.
Of course.
Do you understand me? Yes. So you see them happy. Yes. One of them boldly told me, a lady boldly told me that Kanu said to him, wise, that she should join his own media people so that go change their life for family. I say, what? What?
Look at the way negotiate now. Remember 2019, 2020. They shut back, man. Look at him now. Eye is bright. With their job, no job. So you are just flexing life in the blood of innocent one dying. That is where you are hoping yourself to build your career, to build your generation. So all these things is what I. Okay, look at the one that you are just talking about. Is snatched by ballot force. He was a cookies. All these things is just a freezing of mouth for people to just to be believing in the propaganda. And you call yourself that you have a handwork in a country where you reside. Then why joining a group where people are not able to tell themselves the truth? And you know that this struggle, that people have died the struggle. You know the reality. There was a time he gave me a problem. I have the clip. I called this young man. I said, one-on-one, I have his record up to date. as a man, this game that you want to, you entered now, how will it benefit you? He said yes, because the leadership, they don't want to interrupt this person, they don't want to caution this person, they are fighting against Nnamdi. Forgetting Nnamdi, Kanu, let us focus on what we are doing.
I will tell you for free. I told you I have never worked in any department of this struggle except media. These guys, the problem they have with the members of the DOS was, there was a time the DOS could not even sustain the so-called data money. And they told them that, look, our account has already been hijacked. We can't, they said that they should be coming out and be saying, pay money for media people. I said, no, you don't do that. You people want to take these guys on hostage? You're giving them condition. Why will you do that? You know, people, there are certain things some of us know. We believe that there are a appointed time. For those of us who are writing, we keep on writing. For those of us who will be patient, we'll be patient enough to wait. But if you understand what we are trying, I always say it, that if Biafra had come in 2019, 2020, we would have been in a mess. Heaven knows why he's taking time filtering us on a process. Because, you see, we're talking about a nation. If we do not have character, we can trade this nation interest for an enemy nation.
Yeah, of course.
Do you understand me? An enemy nation can give somebody just $30,000. He will expose the secret of the Biafran nation. This is not the kind of nation we want. A nation where people will love the nation in genuity of heart. Not because of what your little thing, your little leprosy crumbs you're picking. It doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't. No. It doesn't, and will never. So when we said all these things, you see them, they start going haywire. They start going haywire. One of them, those they were telling me, I don't ask anything. I don't come and I say, look, you people always lie that somebody is chasing you people. That you can't leave your door. You are indoor for 40 days and 40 nights. I do my business on daily basis. If you avoid criminality, you can engage. In fact, it's more honorable that our people raise money for you to start a business. It's more dignifying than for you to be lying to the Biafran people that you don't come out. You don't come out.
Very bad.
You don't come out. Even Darlington, who say he doesn't come out, I have met him in motor parks. And we exchange greetings. This is a stupid guy who will tell you he doesn't come out. He comes and lie that he doesn't, he's inside because he doesn't. But then all these travelers he has been making, that I see, he can attest to that. So you see this attitude of lying to something that is precious, that people have committed, is always painful to me as a person. Mazi, so that let's also have other callers. Okay, go ahead.
Biko, please. Let you people stand kitikbam, please. The IPOB must restore Biafra. That's what I believe. I'm encouraging you people, please. Please. Many people have gone, please. We should not back out. We should not back out.
We must.
Please. You see.
So these are things we are talking about. It's not all about me. It's not all about you. It is for our collective well-being. Very, very important. What we are fighting, I always say it, what we are fighting is beyond us. We are fighting a legacy that will last for centuries to come. So, if we do not build the right legacy, definitely those who are going to succeed us, who are going to even run the Biafran state, can turn into anything. Can turn into anything. So that is why it is very, very important for us to uphold. Okay, Ndewo. Good evening.
Good evening, Mazi.
Good morning from here.
Thanks,
Calling from Canada. My name is Nnamdi.
Ndewo.
Yeah, thank you. This is my first time of being in on your program, and doesn't necessarily mean that many of us have not been watching you. But you know, you are most times you are more like you're an analyst. You're more like you analyze programs with other people coming to hear their views. But they say necessity is the how do you put that?
Mother of invention.
So having said this, I want to thank you and many other media warriors who are still on the line. And I have no much to say except for encouraging IPOB members to really understand, like our leader's wife said last time, organogram, knowing, staying within the leadership established by Nnamdi Kanu. Everybody say our leader said this, our leader said that. Many of the things people have said, our leader said either in the prison or while in education. We may not say they are telling lies, but what we can say is we don't have the proof that our leader said so, those things. The one we had our leader say live on TV if it is not coming from Radio Biafra, it's not from us. What he said. In this original platform that he said, if it's not from here, he's not free, don't take it to the bank. I also want to encourage the US to understand that no matter whatever it is they have done in the past, but they are still doing, are going to still do more, that they should understand that this time now is a challenge for them to even do better to the work they have been doing. I have also suggested this to Nnamdi Kanu one time on the live program, not long before he was abducted from Kenya. China Saworo has also came on our platform several occasions to state the same, which is, I don't know what, and he stated that I don't know how far they've gone, which is the fact that every IPOB leadership, whichever level they are, must be given this training. Leadership, IPOB leadership training. It's very important. I know many of us came out of without zeal. We appreciate it. But it's also important for people to understand bureaucracy while in leadership. In IPOB, it's very important. Just look at how you come out here to explain more on international politics and the geopolitics. So it is important for people to understand what they are doing. I'm not trying to say people don't understand what they're doing, but you know, when somebody is trained on a particular thing, he does it better. That is the area I'm going. So I'm not going to dwell more on people who are on their way doing whatever it is they are doing. And but it's unfortunate that we followed many of them in the past, and it's going this way now. We cannot blame ourselves. But one thing we don't want to remove our eyes from it. Everybody should understand that at the end, the Biafra must be restored.
Yes, sir.
Like, we don't have any other place to go to. It's just for, I encourage every IPOB members to now tighten their belt and support IPOB in every little way they can. Now the Kanu said, if you are not going to be on the ground to fight this, you must support with your money.
Exactly.
So whatever, so that's how it is. I encourage us. Sometimes people say, oh, nobody is going to a POB meeting again. The only people who doesn't attend that POB meeting are those people who have detached themselves from IPOB. As for us, when you come to the meeting, we are full. Even in our zone here in Canada, where I am, we get many more members that come to take oath every time. So I encourage us to know why you are here and continue. We are not here. Nnamdi Kanu is the factor why we came together. Biafra is the factor why we came together. Nnamdi Kanu is the one who reminded us and opened more of our eyes in the whole thing. And we have to continue in that thing he has taught us. all the Biafra. Thank you.
Ndeo Mazi. That is a great one, a great submission. And I must appreciate that sincere submission. I remember we have S program by 5. Maybe we'll be rounding up in the next 8 minutes. Or should I say, 8 minutes by 4:50 local time. Then we can now have our presence in the S program. So very, very important for a recap, why having 1 or 2 calls for a close. For a recap purpose, okay. Mazi, are you there? You have been calling severally. Are you there?
Yes, I'm here now, my brother.
Happy New Month and Happy Easter.
Happy. I wish you the same, my brother. I'm watching it.
So bad, Ndeo.
Ndeo, Emo Afamponia Kachuku Durako. Abumoyimo State, also local government. I live in my location.
Okay.
I'm also here na Ipu Watagomakia Mbo Ainaba Iji Waroma Jife Aina Fonana. So mana nankipa zwa onwere nye na bamungare yotago. Adona mo Mazi okenna okechukwa jujwa o sarania ka mmesi ga wata. Joya ongozobu okeja.
Mgbajuwazie m adịpụta ọ ga-anọrọ na
Okay.
ọ ga-anọrọ juwazie m.
Ihe m chọrọ ịjụ gị na-abụ otu akịta na ndị a si na-akpọ Maazị Nnamdi Kanu n'ọnụ. For me, the thing all na-adị na-eme m irritate. So ajọ mbụrụ ọ bụrụgodị na o nwere ebe Maazị Nnamdi Kanu o si wee mehie ka ọ na ya nwere ike ichere when everything is done onwezie afụfụ enwere ike itinye ya ma ọ bụ iwu a ga-etinye ọhụụ ka eme ya like that. Ka ma ịbịa guys na-akparị Maazị Nnamdi Kanu. Yes, ịma n'ihe nji wee kwuo dị okwu bụ na otu ọnọkịta na abụ m isi n'afọ nne m, abụ m dị ọkpara. Ndị na-esote m ama m the kind tackles ha na-agba m. It is not easy on me to survive as a man. Mana aga na my community, ndị community anyị ma na gịnị everything gịnị na-ekwu bụ the reality na nsogbu a na-enwe. So and eji m ihe na-eme na my own family wee na-echekwa ihe na-eme na our own. Yes, so because achọrọ m ịkọwatụrụ m.
Okay, na-atụpụrụ oge anyị aghọtago m ihe ajụjụ gị bụ ọ dịsị na ịjụ gị onye nke mbụ jụọ onye nke abụọ mana ọsịsa ha nyere gị edocha gị anya kwụ ya.
Yes.
Okay. Ọ bụrụ n'eziokwu na ịfụrụ na ị ga-agwa onwe gị ihe na-eme ị ga-ama na enwe two things here. Maazị Nnamdi Kanu were person. Ihe anyị na-eme were process.
Yes.
One who person, one process. Now,
Yes.
somebody came saying na Mazi Nnamdi Kanu si na onwekwana na-ege radio Biafra na emepezi Biafran radio. Imepe Biafran radio is called process. It's not a person. So mbido na asị gị na ikwe mmadụ isi anyị mepe Biafra radio hapụzie nke anyị na-eme na ọwụ ihe jọgburu onwe ya What I'm discussing is a process, not a person.
Okay.
Man, the problem I find it difficult to separate when we are talking about process. I as no person. So asị ka emepe new radio nwekwana ka ọ dị. Ọ ga-egbukwana nke na people na-ego ọfụma. Ga-afụ ndị ọjọọ apụtasị gị na i process ị na-discuss your attacking Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. You got the problem. People find it difficult to make a distinction when a process is being discussed. People, a movement cannot discuss a process. You must. Except to Namarebo Naga. So, if processes are being discussed, and another person now said you are discussing about a person, that person is mischievous. Can you get another instance? Somebody put a sin onye ndose na akuchia ego ejina alu olu mande yesem. Another people put a simba here jorun jona akuchi egezike agesiro no ESN no munne not the bad. A mischievous person ga say matakwa ni ha na discuss so a process so. A mischievous person ga put us na you attacking Nnamdi Kanu, he will divert process to person. And if anybody who is afraid of the people to discuss their process, that person enwero love ni ha name.
Okay.
So I'm yet to see ebe people ebe ndị DOS pụtara mewa attack onye ndu. What they have been discussing from the beginning with the process, and you must discuss a process for healthy destination.
Okay.
Because it is the process that will lead to the fulfillment of the project. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not a project. Are you aware?
Yes. I'm aware.
He's not the project. The project, the centrality of any nine is to have a nation we can protect ourselves. And that nation is undeniable, meaning now, that nation remains even when who are home drop or dead. That nation keeps going. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will die like me.
Yes.
He is exposed to sickness like me. He will age just the way I will age. But what we are pursuing is an immortal entity. You understand? So when people are discussing process, you don't tell them you are attacking Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. It is the mischievous people who always want to reconfigure it to personal discussion. Can you give final instance?
Okay.
Donald Trump is the president of America.
Yeah.
One day he will leave there, am I correct?
Yes.
Now he decides to go to war in Iraq. And some people are put us in for example, some support to Kwaria. Those people who are saying they are discussing process, American political process. They are not talking about Donald Trump. What they are discussing is the policy of American people, though currently supervised by Donald Trump. You cannot say because they condemn the attack that they are condemning Trump. No, they are discussing policy. And IPOB should also develop the art of discussing policy. You review your policy, you analyze it, you re-evaluate it. But illiteracy and mischievousness and ignorance oftentimes make people to say, when people are discussing process, they say you are talking about personality, which is wrong. Odoroganya, like Indozo. So, Oko said, this movement cannot discuss process. You must discuss it. You must discuss the judicial process. Anaga. You must discuss the political process. You must discuss diplomatic. You must. So anybody who decided to say it is person, Onyaho is mischievous.
Okay. Okay. Oh yeah.
Go ahead, because our time will soon be elapsing.
Okay, my brother. Like now, like you know, in a country that we find ourselves by force. Yeah. We all know, because I have been living in this country for over 38 years now. I was born here. So now, I have never seen a government started attacking their own government. Even they are bad enough to the others. Instead, they will find a way to amend it for we to see that bad as then otu a o si wee kwuo okwu a nwasị ma ọ bụ na Mazi Nnamdi Kanu mechaa pụta of our money that he will see what he will do. Now that is number one. Then two, Osina, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has been misleading us for how many years? Then as my own woman sense today, I have been throwing IPB.
Okay, let me respond quickly, because we will soon be going to S program. Esina, for your 38 years of existence, now, whenever any time, even government major, they non government are they criticize their where?
Yeah.
So, which technically means we should borrow the same system, where? I'm coming. Because the reason Nigeria make a reference is for people to copy. That is the reason for reference. So for people to copy what is happening. So you have used government to make a reference. Come jogging. Is Nigeria a good place for you?
It's not a good place for
now, you. That means if Nigeria is the result of what you just referenced to. He goes around, we have a political culture in Nigeria. And where you see the result is on the generality of the country. So if Nigeria is a failure, that means the political culture or political system in Nigeria is also a failure. So if you now expect us to copy the same system, it means you are not wishing IPOB well. It means you want IPOB to be as bad as Nigeria. Well, let me tell you. IPOB is a non-state actor.
Yes.
IPOB does not in any way control anything for now. She's controlling the mind of people, but the resources in her land, she's not controlling it.
Yes.
You don't expect a non-state actor to behave like a state actor.
Yeah.
If somebody else in Nigeria, where do you take the person? You get the police to arrest the person. Am I correct? You prosecute the person to the judiciary, isn't it?
It's true.
Does IPOB have the same accountability process?
No.
Good. So how do you now think IPOB can subject an individual into accountability? Or how do you think IPOB can level pressure on person? One of those ways IPOB can level pressure on person is that Otam de na Prince Darlington apota si Nnamdi wurekwe moto wine potazie na wine ahụ na-ebunyezi m ego m n'azụ. He has already, whether you like it or not, he has put a level of pressure on me. And for me to clear myself, I on my camera and start discussing that issue. Will you not say because Prince Darlington accused me, which I'm now coming to clear myself, will you not say let's get Prince Darlington and kill him?
No.
Good. So That is the way non-state actors function. When there is suspicions, they raise topic. It takes the individual in question because there is no police system, there is no judicial system to subject you. So sometimes, even Mandela, during his own time, Owen Bagabia said that Mandela has compromised. Mandela has to now prove in action. If you praise Mandela all through, Mandela will slide. Let us have sense. I'm sorry, I'm revealing a lot now. You have subjected me to reveal. But it is not only the leader that operates psychological operation on the follower. The followers can also deploy psychological operation. Let me tell you why Israel is an amazing place, or Israeli system is amazing. Do you know? Okay, American system, because let's use American system. We are rushing to close. Do you know that if Donald Trump wants to call a foreign president, do you know he doesn't call the foreign president direct?
No.
You don't know about it, isn't it?
I don't know.
Okay. Look at what happens. If Donald Trump wants to call a foreign president, there is a group he will tell, I want to speak to president of so country. The group will call that president. Then bring in the president of America and start listening to what both American president and that president is discussing.
Okay.
Do you know why?
No.
Everything the president is saying, those group, it is there in American system. We have a copy. To know when the president is discussing personal interest against the national interest. That was why when Trump discussed with Putin during the impeachment process, there were a group of people that were called to testify in the Congress. They asked them, do you have a transcript of the discussion between Trump and Zelensky? That was issue of oil scandal in Ukraine. They asked them, do you have it? They say yes, we listened. Because they have to listen. If not, a leader will slide away. Every leader is a human being. There's no leader that is an angel. So you put a system that will make the leader to also understand that if you do a wrong deal, we will leave you and move on. The national interest supersedes personal interest. Forget emotion.
Okay.
Do you understand it? If you also come to Israeli system, they also have that system. Why Nigeria is not progressing is that even when your president is standing before a police and discussing how he's going to sell Nigeria, the police will be doing shosa instead of arresting him. Even when your governor is selling away the state, the DSS behind him, who is his orderly, will be shouting, yes sir, or correct sir. But in all these advanced countries, they have the system that when the president is discussing, promoting personal interest against national interest, they leak the transcript of the call. And the president will go through impeachment process and get fired. Benjamin Netanyahu was discussing about risk watch, somebody gave him. It was those around him, the security details, who told the Knesset that somebody gave the prime minister watch, not in the interest of Israeli government. It's personal. And he was standing as the prime minister of Israel to take watch. Do you know that till tomorrow, Benjamin is fighting that? So, listen. We cannot have a Biafra where we have human resources in Canada. You listen when somebody called me from Canada. Somebody called from US. You learned KK that called from Europe. You cannot have people from a widely exposed society. They are fighting for Biafra. You think they want you to get a Biafra that looks like Nigeria, or that Biafra that looks like the way you are thinking now, quoting a useless and the failed political system. They will never. They will rebel. They will revolt. They will sabotage when they sense that Ihana Gazina is not going to the system of Europe, is not going to the system of Western. They will revolt. Does that make sense to you?
Yes,
Yes.
I'm getting you now.
God bless you.
Okay, darling, watch me.
Perhaps we take the final call, then we come to the end of this program. Maybe the final call. 2 minutes away anyway. So, I want to thank every one of us for your time. I have to do a recap. Mommy Obimboma bought her land in 2017. ESM was opened in 2020. So anybody alleging that she took ESM money to buy her land, that person is a fool. Chika Austin started his pig farm in 2017. And he sourced the loan, the funding, the facility that he used in Federal Polytechnic Microfinance Bank that is established. Momobi decided to do transport business with Chika Austin. And he never even told any idiot that Chika Austin has his car. And that's why her car, that's why they're attacking her today, insulting her. Let me tell you, this woman made a whole lot of sacrifices. I don't want to project her picture because she just loves living her private. This person I'm telling you is a person, she's always there for the wife of our leader, always there. She has left her jobs and traveled a lot of conferences for the sake. And one charlatan, online beggar, AI recognized online beggar, Prince Darlington. He's not, why should I even add Prince? Uncle Yoweze. He's never came from any. Perhaps he started answering Prince because he finds himself close to Mazi Nnamdi. So, be strong, be up and do it. At the end, heaven and earth will bless us for every single thing we are doing, selflessly for the motherland. Let us go to S program. Stay tuned.